Hi, this is Bruce Milne, Chief Marketing Officer for Pivot3. I want to thank you for taking some time with us today. I thought I would take a few minutes to talk to you about Pivot3, our value proposition, why we believe it's unique in the market, how we do it, and where we come from. Pivot3 is an independent software company based in Austin, Texas, with operations outside of Boulder, Colorado, and in Houston, Texas. We also have sales and services offices around the world to support customers in 53 countries. We have over 2,000 customers deployed on our infrastructure today. Some of the biggest customers in HCI are deployed on hyperconverged on Pivot3. There's a reason for that, and that comes from our origins. We started out solving some of the most difficult problems in IT, and that was the data capture and management from streaming video from surveillance video cameras. That was an emerging use case at the time because cameras were largely transitioning from analog to digital. That created a huge problem for IT, and it created some challenging IT requirements that Pivot3 had to adapt to meet. That includes, for instance, being able to write directly to disk to support large volume data ingestion. That includes also erasure coding to be able to manage the huge amounts of data, the replication and risk management, and maintaining multiple copies of that data so you never lost anything in case of a catastrophic failure. Those capabilities have turned out to be extremely relevant and differentiated in the HCI space. And you as a Pivot3 partner get to represent that differentiated value proposition to your customers. So why are customers so interested in hyperconverged? Well, there's a couple of key things. First of all, economics. It's less costly to acquire, it's less costly to expand, and it's less costly to own and manage over the long haul than traditional storage area networks and other types of traditional infrastructure. The second part is simplicity. Easier to deploy, easier to manage, easier to adapt as new business requirements emerge. And IT leaders really value that about hyperconvergence. But increasingly, they're also looking for automation. As they get more comfortable with hyperconverged, they're looking to deploy more and more applications on a hyperconverged infrastructure. Because of those economics, because of the simplicity, they're looking to deploy more, even their tier 1 applications. So they need power and performance, and they need automation. And Pivot3 brings that in spades with our new Acuity platform, unique in the marketplace. From a performance standpoint, we can support those tier 1 applications because we've integrated NVMe at both the storage management level and also at the cache level. That delivers 9 times the performance of the closest HCI competitor, 62% less latency, and at 75% of the infrastructure that it would require any of the other hyperconverged vendors to deploy. So that lowers your cost of ownership and acquisition right out of the gate and allows customers to deploy more and more workloads in the same infrastructure and be able to sleep easy at night knowing that they can support the business needs and the performance needs of those workloads. The second thing is automation. Pivot3 has automated the management of provisioning of resources to your most mission critical and business critical applications at the expense of lower priority applications. So to meet the SLAs, if a specific workload needs resources, Pivot3 will automatically reprovision resources to support that. And that is unique in the marketplace. Nobody else does that. Most organizations, most HCI platforms allow you to set thresholds for the amount of resources that can be applied to any workload, and that's the only way they manage the contention for resources and the noisy neighbor syndrome. Pivot3 automates it to a degree where you can actually specify the business priority of workloads and applications, and the system will take care of provisioning the resources they need to meet their SLAs. Now, if you're looking to represent this value proposition to your customers, I would encourage you to check out the partner portal. All the resources are there that you need: customer case studies, video testimonials, examples of how we scale, the technical specifications that back up these assertions I've made, the key business value propositions that you can take forward to the executive decision makers in IT organizations and the technical decision makers and evaluators who are going to be comparing our capabilities to someone else's. We have a very strong and defensible value proposition that stands up well against scrutiny when you put our technology head-to-head against any other HCI vendor in market. I would encourage you to check out the resources available to you. You can also get certified on Pivot3 technology and value propositions through training available on the partner portal. Pivot3 is 100% committed to our channel partners and your success in representing hyperconverged to your customers. So please bring us your requirements. Let us participate with you in your sales cycles. We're happy to help, and we encourage you to take advantage of all those resources that are available to you. I'm Bruce Milne, Chief Marketing Officer for Pivot3, and I wish you good luck and good selling.